Data science is the interdisciplinary field of mathematics, statistics, computer science. It helps you to make better business decisions using data. Data scientists use SQL, Python, and R. The essence of predictive analytics is being able to make informed decisions about the future by discovering trends and patterns and getting into what I would call investigative work. So it uses data analysis, machine learning, AI as tools in order to make better business decisions. It's used in a variety of industries too. Like I've worked in the travel industry and pharma and healthcare and insurance. Anywhere that data is collected and valued, you can use data science. There's a lot of companies that are bringing new data scientists on, and I think that there always will be a demand for data scientists. I just saw that in 2024, 2 of the Nobel Prizes were awarded for people that use AI and machine learning. When people talk about AI, we often think of like image generation and chatbots. Of course, last year ChatGPT came out and it completely upset the industry, allowing people to have human-like interactions with a chatbot. But AI is also more subtle. You use AI like when you're clicking on ads, if you're browsing on the internet, or if you're at a bank and you're applying for a loan. That's using a predictive model. Predictive models are a type of AI, and they're not entirely new. I have been using data AI models ever since I went to UMass Amherst in 2017. I used a decision algorithm in order to make travel recommendations at a hackathon contest. So all of this to say, data is not scarce. There's an abundance of data. The challenge is in making decisions and making sense of the data. That's where you need a data scientist. Talk about data science and machine learning. We start with a database, right? And this can come from a variety of sources. It can come from a warehouse, or it can come from a lab, or it could come from data collection, a variety of things. And we call this a data lake. It's basically the collection of every piece of data that you access in your business. It could come from your SQL server. You might just download it from the internet. It could come from a paid service, like a paid API for data or something like that. And then you have like a variety of tools that we'll call EDA, ETL. And this could be like, it could be like Tableau, Power BI, Looker, ggplot. All of these things then this goes into modeling, which is like sklearn, TensorFlow, PyTorch. There's a Caret library and R. Depends on what you're using, if it's Python or if it's R, or maybe you're using like a Java library, or you're putting it onto something else. I don't know. But mainly this one is the most popular. So once you have modeling done, sometimes you have to go back and you actually have to feed the data back into the database. The model will tell you something about the data, and then you have to make changes to it and go back and then repeat this process. And like when I was working on when I was doing data and ML for major companies, I would mostly use Jupyter. So like all of this could be in one Jupyter notebook, and that Jupyter notebook would allow you to containerize and create a document about everything. So I'll just add over here, I'll add Jupyter. You don't have to use Python with Jupyter.
Jupyter. And also, you can connect directly to your SQL servers. You can call your APIs, and any of your software can be connected directly to Jupyter notebooks. There's also, Jupyter Hub is a server in the cloud that allows you to manage all of your Jupyter notebooks, post them on a server, share them with other people, allow different users to make changes to them. So similar to like a Google Sheet or a Google document where you have multiple people editing the same document. That's like what Jupyter Hub is good for. There's also different types of models. Like, let's just look at this section. Decision tree, neural networks, transformers, not the kind of robots that you see on, Optimus Prime, but encoders, decoders, decoder, and also, gradient boosting. What else? I'm just gonna say LLMs. These are popular right now. Regression, logit, probit. What else? Support vector machine. All of these are your models, and they all go into this modeling. So, there's a lot of this is when it gets really like a science, because it's like when you're in a laboratory. I took chemistry when I was in college, and we had an experiment, which would be like a formal document that would explain what we were doing, and then we would have to choose the instrument. Like, sometimes we would use a microscope, other times it would be a spectrometer, and then we would measure something. It's the same thing. These are like the pipette, the spectrometers of the experiment, and the data that we have. This is like the chemical compound that we're testing, and the chemical compound gets fed into these different instruments and measured in different ways, and then we come up with some type of conclusion. We call this the hypothesis, or H naught. And H naught is something that we're trying to prove. Like, it could be, is version A of the website better than version B of the website, or should we target this demographic of customers with our new product, or should, there's a lot of different things that you can try to measure in your business, and the way that you do that is by using data science. And that is basically an overview of the whole EDA, ETL modeling research project. And this is what I've been doing for like top companies like Expedia, Boehringer Ingelheim, which is in the biopharma space. Also passed my exam, where I was teaching this to actuaries, and working a lot on insurance problems to cover this. We called it predictive analytics, but it really includes a wide range of things. You predict what's going to happen in the future using data from the past, and then you perform analytics on all of that.